Taken for prime. Take it from prime. Commercial rappers wasting time. Take it from prime. Commercial rappers wasting time. You run for money, we run for truth and justice. We don't butt kiss or let chicks touch lips. I see blacks murdering blacks, stop the violence. Cause it's only you they chase with sirens. Mental Columbus, lost in the sea of reason and thought. Frauds wear the most colors, but they don't rap it. And speak so much filthy septic without tanks. You fell off the righteous boat without planks. To the elders we give thanks and praises with blessings. For quiet wars, quiet weapons. Take out your station when I'm ready spacing. I'm using gravity for navigation. Cross-check Satan, jump your king. Use him as a shield, fade into fog. Knock Robin Hood and Big John off the log. Into fire and brimstone. I'm not physically in Africa, but mentally I'm still home. I know myself, the God in his own reflection of Moor's high priest. Akhenaten, Malcolm and Martin, Selassie I. The list goes on and scrolls on walls and temples. My mental doorway is booby trap. Niggas got guns, but they don't know who they should truly clap. Cause they listen to rap, objective distract, so you can't react. Hit or get hit or laid on your back. Take it from prime, they wasting time. Commercial rappers wasting time. Take it from prime, they wasting time. Commercial rappers wasting time. Why do we disrespect gays? Cause the world revolves around opposites. Same sex produce no ways. Positive and negative realms, one or the other. Cause if you're playing in between, you're playing yourself. This is why blacks die from blacks are epidemic. Making me ask why to the most high. But overstand, I can't babysit, I'm on my own vibes. Cause watching you could get my waist split. My last tear dries on the concrete slave ship. Why must black blood drip? Why must you be on a thug tip if you're bussin'? And when boy them come you running? If you're a rude boy, tell me why. Dying for Jane and Finch and Regent. But with no rent, it's you they gonna eject. You gun toters changed from being loafers. The real enemy got you living and vex how your mom's living. Some of y'all even bringing up children on these same blocks so they can chop the same rock. Aiming at one another but not aiming at pork chops. We down for revolution, dead friends, hit me. If you're with me, get some knowledge quickly. Cause you know that these times are iffy. Who you gonna trust, me or them? If it comes down to the color of your skin. If you're down, then join the army. It's all about freedom. We could die, we could try to get it. Everybody dies one day, so I won't sweat it. Commercial rappers wasting time. Take it from prime, they wasting time. Commercial rappers wasting time. Take it from prime, commercial rappers wasting time. Take it from prime, they wasting time. Why you invading my private space? We living in millennium dark ages. Negative energies disguised as shadows in bright places. Pagans, sodomites have a sight full of fright. When they spot the Israelite behind the dreads. Eyes red, black fatigues with camel tees. I triggered out the whole team as donos grip concrete. The Tim's logo is a slave hanging tree. And Nike is run by trannies. Praising evil goddesses from Greece, the swooshes wings, one on both sides. Got blacks branded, walking billboards, forgot they still God. It's not yours, but you're fighting his wars. I salute the red, black, and green and gold, y'all in and out of liquor stores. Giving strength to devils, to occultic holy days. The calendar is a thought challenger to damage your genetic memory bank, which is comedic, which makes you African and free from being lesbians and Batman. My soul is the alien, and my body is the spaceship. I've seen clubs shot up and bouncers hit. Black mothers pushing carriages with no marriages. Dear mama, keep your head up. Tap the pioneer and you won't feel fed up. Stay red up and focused, looking at that eviction notice. Got some drinking devil's liquids and using syringes. Can't cope and jump off bridges or turn to drugs like Todd Bridges. These stick-up kids pick up bids, but those stuck up never seem to fuck up. Only black faces are screwed in hoodie shadows, getting bucked up or cuffed. They made the big apple the bad apple. Growing up shit squeak with no paddle. I never tied a tail, that's for snitches. Not down for revolution, boy, I get stitches. Instead of putting albums out for slavery, they putting them out for Christmas. Got me wondering, what is this? What is this? What is this? So the trolls are out today. The trolls are out in full force. Islam to all Moors worldwide. All Moors, wherever they're at.
if our people are going to be free, you got to listen to what Noble Drew Ali said. Noble Drew Ali said this is divine and national. It's not just divine only. It's not national only. It's divine and national. What's he saying? What's he saying? What's the point? What it all comes down to is that the spiritual component has been neglected. So once you disconnect yourself from the divine and you're only going on what's at the extension of your hands, you already lose. Because the people who are claiming that they're in control, they're dealing with divine. It might be the negative aspect of the divine, not the positive, but they're still dealing with divine. That's why we tell them that they're sorcerers. That's why we say that they're warlocks. When we say demon and lower self and whatever, that's an invocation of a state. That's not a being. It's a folly to look at things only from the physical perspective. So one group in question is the people classified as Hebrew Israelites. Now if we just go, let's just do this. If we just go on here, let me say Moorish, Jews, Israelites, Hebrew. We go to images. Who's gonna come up? The Moorish Jews. The Moorish Jews. And this is around the same time that Noble Drew Ali was around. So if there's Jews that are Moorish, then who are these people today saying that they're the Hebrew Israelites? How are they the Hebrew Israelites when the Hebrew Israelites are Moorish? Now remember, you have to look at the divine if you're looking at things like this. So the fact that they're saying we're not Moorish Jews, we're Hebrew Israelites, that means they took a divine aspect and made that divine aspect an identity. And you can't do that. One, because we have these people right here before these people who are around today talking about they're the Israelites. There were people before them that were Israelites that called themselves Moorish. So if they call themselves Moorish and they're Jews, then who are these imposters? Who are these imposters that we sent the thing to for them to be on here? We sent them the live. So we'll see if they push the button. Because they can't tell me they're Hebrew Israelites. And then when we trace Hebrew Israelites' timeline, it goes back to some Jews that look just like us. They don't look like some Europeans. And they were Moorish. So who's running the fraud? Who's running the fraud? The Jews who were saying that they were Moorish, which was tying them to the Moorish movement, Moorish nation, Moorish nationality, Moorish whatever, even though they were Hebraic, even though they had Torah, and even though they were saying Yahweh and all that stuff, they were Moors in the 20s. So why am I going to listen to some guys in 2020 trying to tell me that they're the real Hebrew Israelites when the original Hebrew Israelites were Moors? And they knew that they were Moors because look at the sign right there. It says Moorish Jews. And then they can't debate because that's documented fact. That's documented fact. Matter of fact, why don't we, let's do this. Let's do this. A story of diversity. A story of diversity. Listen to this BS. The true Moors were Israelites. No, they weren't. The true Israelites were Moors. Just like the true Muslims were Moors. And the true Buddhists were Moors. And the true, whatever you want to call it, they were Moors. Because Israelite is not the name of a people. That's a metaphysical word. Now this is brother Norvin Bay. Brother Norvin Bay in 2015 in the Atlanta Jewish Times newspaper, he's talking about Moorish. But he's Hebrew. Right? Open ears. This is a Hebrew talking. Right? The three of us settled in. Israel is wearing a zizit, Ethiopian Lion of Judah pin on his black vest, a crisp white shirt and black pants. He is professional and friendly with a wide smile. Some would describe Israel as black or African American. He prefers Moorish, meaning that his people came from Africa and are descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. And don't forget, he's Norvin Bay. Don't forget, he's Norvin Bay. Right? No, I'm glad you brought it up. Right? Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. Charles Fillmore. Charles Fillmore. Charles Fillmore. Now, everybody knows that information doesn't have a skin color. Truth is what it is. It doesn't matter who the individual is, whether they're a European, pale skin, blue eye, blonde hair, or whether they're dark and they look like tar. If they're speaking truth, it doesn't matter what they look like. The only way it matters what they look like is when you're dealing with people who are in a Negro mindset. People who are in a Negro, nigger mindset, The people who that's their mindset, those are the ones that look at things as colors, especially when it comes to people. When we just showed you that the Jews of Harlem were Moorish. The Jews were Moorish. The Moorish weren't saying that they're Jews. The Jews were saying that they're Moorish. And then we showed you Brother Northern Bay. You just said, and he just said, don't talk about he said, she said. Deal with the facts. The fact of the matter is you can't deny metaphysics. No one can deny metaphysics. A European created a book that has metaphysical words. Metaphysical. Metaphysical. You can't deny metaphysics. Kabbalah is metaphysics. Kabbalah is metaphysics. I'm not talking that fake Torah stuff that people are pretending that's right. And this is how we know people are playing games, because you're gonna talk, send me the invite, then send the invite, and then you're not pushing the thing. Right? It's not something that's up for debate. We know Hebrew Israelites are Moors. We know that. They just deal with the Hebraic side. And this is what we know, that Noble Drew Ali is the man. Because Noble Drew Ali is the one who told us,
my brother,
that we're Moors.
you're a
Everybody
clown.
else tried to tell us that we're not Moors. And if I can look up,
All right, look up. Okay,
if
just
I
okay.
can
Wait.
look up,
My fault. Go ahead. My fault, brother.
if I can look up Jews, Hebrews, and some people come up called Moorish Zionist Jews, and they look like me, I'm riding with them before I'm riding with anybody else trying to say that they're Jews or Israelites or whatever.
But this is what I want to know, though. So where do you get that from, though? What backs that they're the Jews, though?
Say that again?
What backs that they're Jews, though? What backs that they're the true Jews, other than something you're looking up on Google? I'm gonna back anything I say to you right now. I'm gonna back with this. There's nothing else I need to look up. I don't have to. King James
What's
was a
that?
black
What's that?
Moor, a king in Scotland. He not wrote, but composed of this book. So if you understand what the Bible is, do you understand? Do you understand what it is? Do you even understand what this book is? Before I get to arguing with you, do you understand what this
I
is?
have
It's a
I have
history
a
book. It's a
metaphysical.
history book of
I
your
have
people.
I
I
have
didn't cut you off,
I
my
have
brother. I didn't cut you off.
I have in my possession. I have in my possession right now.
Yeah.
I have in my possession right now a metaphysical Bible dictionary.
Okay.
If you tell me that that's a Bible, hold on a second. If
Flip
you
your
tell
camera
me
up and
that's
show
a
your
Bible,
followers who wrote
if
the metaphysical Bible, though.
you tell me, listen to what I'm saying. Stop being a hardhead.
I'm listening.
If you are telling me that you have a Bible over there, that's the Word of God, and we're supposed to go with that 100%.
Yes.
Right?
That's
If
exactly
that's what
what
you're
I'm telling
saying. All right. If you're telling me that, well, I'm telling you that I have a metaphysical Bible dictionary, which gives you the metaphysical meaning of words in the Bible.
Okay,
So
and
any
this is what
word
I
that
want
you
to
bring up,
ask you, though. I
hold on a
understand what you
second.
have. Let
Hold
me
on a
ask you a question,
second.
though,
Hold
my
on a
brother.
second. Because
Okay.
you're on our shit right now. Hold on
I
a
hate that
second.
I am, because it's killing me. But go ahead.
You kill yourself. Don't debate. Don't debate Moors.
Come on, talk.
Kill yourself
What were you
then.
going for? Where were you leading with the metaphysical Bible?
The Metaphysical Bible Dictionary gives you the definition of Bible words.
Right.
You say you have a Bible over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking up the words that you tell me there in this dictionary.
Okay.
Because everybody uses the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, not just Europeans.
No, they don't. People use the Bible
The
dictionary.
pastor of the church uses a
I don't
Metaphysical
understand
Bible
why you would
Dictionary.
use a metaphysical. Do you even understand what metaphysical means? Look, what is that's
Metaphysics
literally
is
someone
the
else's
foundation
opinion. That
of
means you're
life on
taking.
earth.
No, listen. Come on,
What are
bro.
you talking about?
You're not letting me talk, bro. Let me talk. Stop cutting me off, dog.
You're on our shit. What do you mean
So
let
you're
you
not gonna
talk?
let me talk
You're
just
on
because
our
I'm on
stuff,
your shit? That's pointless, bro.
right?
We not debating
Slow
if
your
you just
roll,
gonna
yo.
talk over me the
Slow
whole
your
time.
roll.
Shut up and let
Slow
me
your
talk,
roll.
bro.
Because you've
Because
been
you know
making
you
BS
wrong. You
comments
gonna
all day.
keep
Slow
talking
your
over me
roll.
because you know you wrong. Let me talk,
Yeah,
boss, please.
because this is our stuff. So either you
Okay.
chill out
Let me.
while I'm talking, but this is our
Okay.
stuff,
Go ahead, boss. Because I'm about to bust
right?
your ass in front of all your people. I hope this bitch get more views. This
All
three
what
people
people?
not enough.
I don't care about who's on here, because
I
this
do.
stuff is recorded. I
God
don't
say
care
we
who's
need
on this.
witnesses. I want
Somebody
everybody to
10 years
witness me.
ago
Whoop
is going to
your
see
ass.
this. Shut the hell up. What are you saying now? Make your point.
Okay, so you said that you're going to translate my Bible with your metaphysical Bible dictionary, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, now your camera is looking at your computer screen, correct?
yeah.
While you're on your computer screen, can you turn the camera to it and show all of your followers, everybody in here, who wrote the metaphysical Bible dictionary? Because you're on it. You Charles Gilmore and
Yeah.
his wife that started the Christian Church Unity. Go ahead, show them the people who you're going to use to translate my Bible that was written by a black Moor, a black man who is a Moor, a true Moor. Okay, so I
No,
want
he's
you
not.
to.
He can't be black and a Moor. Stop the BS. He can't be a
He's a
black man and a Moor at the same time. You're
King
talking
James
crazy. There
was
he
a
is right there.
Moor, a king, and was
Okay,
of
so if he's a
darker
Moor, then he's
skin.
not black. If
Okay,
he's a
of darker skin. However
put
you
your
want to
skin on
say
there
it,
again.
bro. If I
So
see
no
black as a trigger word for you.
not however we want to play it. Not however we want to play it. Because if you're saying you're black, put your hand up again to that thing.
I'm not saying I'm black. I'm just saying his skin.
Put
Okay, he
what do you
was
mean
a
you're not
Moor.
saying you're black?
He
You
was
just
a
said King
Moor.
James
King
is black.
James was a Moor. The man who
You
wrote
just
this book was a
but
Moor.
you just
Okay,
said he's black though.
he's a
You
Moor.
just said
My
he's black.
apologies. He's a Moor. He wasn't black. He
Which
was a
one is he?
Moor. I apologize.
No, because
I
we
apologize,
want to
boss.
clear that
Move
up
on.
before
He
we move
wasn't black.
forward.
He was a Moor. Push on.
Okay, so that means
Okay.
so hold on. So that
Okay.
means
So
what you
look.
said
Okay. So
earlier
let me just
that more
reiterate what I
means
was saying.
black is
Okay.
some BS then, right?
No, listen. Can I reiterate what I was saying? Because we got to argue, and I don't want people to get lost in our arguments. I want people to understand what's going on here. Okay. You hear me? Okay, so what
Please
you're
school me.
saying is
Please school me.
me with my Bible. I have a normal King James Version Bible, okay? What you're about to do is you're going to take the metaphysical Bible dictionary and you're going to translate the King James Version of the Holy Bible, which was written by a Moor. King James was a Moor. And now I want you to show everybody who wrote the book that you're about to use to translate my book. Go.
Yeah, I showed him. There he is right there. Charles Fillmore.
A white man. That is a white man.
No, no,
Slave doctrine. He wrote this book in
no,
1886. If you know where
that's your opinion.
Negro,
That's your opinion.
if you know where
That's
anybody
your
of our
opinion. That's your
complexion
opinion.
was in
That's
1886,
your opinion.
that is fact. Look
That's
up
your
when the
opinion.
book was written.
No, no, no. That's your opinion.
What is
That's your
my
opinion.
opinion?
Because
That is
King
fact.
James,
Everybody in here can look up when the book was
li-
written. I just learned
because
that today.
If King James was a Moor,
That's not.
if King James was a Moor, then that means King James was a Moorish scientist. He wasn't some black guy.
He
And
was
if
a
he was a
king.
Moorish
What are you
scientist,
saying?
that means he
He
studied
wasn't just some
metaphysics.
black guy. Do you know what Moore meant at the time that King James wrote the book? When King James
What are you
composed of the
talking
Bible?
about? Moor means the same thing it mean back then now. What
No,
are you
it
talking
didn't.
about?
Moore back then only
What do
just
you mean?
meant royalty. It meant King James was
Stop it.
royalty. That's
So
what
why
Moors
wouldn't the
were.
Moor? So
Moors at the time that the book
why
was.
wouldn't the
You
Moors
won't
today
even
be
know your
royalty?
history. I'm sitting here arguing
Come
something
on,
with
bro.
somebody who has no knowledge of his own
No, no,
history.
no, no. You're not
You
arguing.
joke,
Remember,
my
we
man.
let
But
you on
okay, let's
our
keep
shit.
pushing. Come on.
Remember, we let you on our stuff.
I know, and I'm
Just
killing
remember,
you all on your shit. I wish
we
more of
let
my
you on
people
our
like
stuff,
this so they
right?
can see this. I'm
What you
killing
have
you
to
on your shit right
understand,
now. I'm
what you have to
killing you, dog.
understand,
You suck.
what
Okay,
you
but
have
let's
to
get into the book,
understand,
though. Let's get into the book,
what
dog.
you have to understand,
Let's.
what you have to understand,
I'm
right?
listening.
Is that you think that us
I
being
don't
on here
think I
is
know.
about
I
you
don't think
and
I
me
know. Backed by the
and
Most
some
High.
back and forth that you
Continue.
saw on Instagram. That's not what this is. This is to show you how you're a dumbass, and to
But you
show
the only
anybody
one looking
else,
stupid.
who has your mindset to get off that mindset, because
Brother, I'm
incompetence
trying to
is
teach
what
people
gets
that
our
look
people in
like us
trouble,
to do what they need to do so
right?
we can get what
You're
we
not
got
teaching
coming
them
to us,
jack.
which is not
You're
what we
not teaching
got
them
right now.
anything.
What you doing right
You're
now is
not teaching them
condemning people
anything.
that look like us, my
The
brother.
point of the
That's what kills
Metaphysical
me.
Bible Dictionary,
Say that
the
again.
point of the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary
I'm sorry, I ain't hear you,
that
boss. Say
was
that again.
created by this man right here,
Say that
Charles
again, boss. Start
Fillmore,
over. I ain't hear you. My fault.
right? Charles Fillmore, a European, put together a metaphysical Bible dictionary, letting you know what every word in the Bible, what the metaphysical meaning of every single word in the Bible is from A to Z.
By European, what you
If
mean?
people
He was from
don't,
Europe?
if people don't, if people don't want to
By
use
European, did
a
you mean he was from Europe?
metaphysical, by European, I mean he was pale.
We call them Edomites, but okay.
He was an Edomite.
Correct.
An Edomite, the founders of the Unity Church, and his wife Myrtle Fillmore,
Mary, yeah, you're right. My fault.
right?
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. What kind of shoes you got on right now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the book. I don't got no shoes on.
No, I'm asking you, what kind of shoes you got?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the book, so I don't have any shoes
I'm
on.
asking you, when you go outside, right? Before you go outside, you put on shoes. What kind of shoes you got?
I don't know. I don't really understand
What
the
do you mean
point
you
of
don't
it.
know?
Whatever.
I'm asking you, what kind of shoes you got? Simple stuff. When I go outside, I might put on Clark's, I might put on Reebok, I might put on
I don't know. It just
Columbia.
depend
Like,
on the
what kind of
mood.
shoes you got?
Depend on the
What is
mood.
that?
It depend on the mood of the day.
Depend
I
on
don't
the
know.
mood.
That's a weird
Okay, so
question, boss. I
basically
ain't gonna, for you to jump from your book
basically
being written by a white woman to
basically your shoes come from Europeans. But you're gonna tell me you're not gonna use a European's metaphysical dictionary to look up words in the Bible, but you're gonna wear some white man's shoes though.
no, what I'm gonna
That's a
say is I'm not
contradiction.
gonna listen to a white man describe a
That's
book
a
that was
contradiction.
written by a black
You're listening
man
to a
for
white
black
man wearing
people
his
and telling
shoes.
them about how we
You're
should
listening
read
to
that
a
book
white
is what
man
it
wearing
was.
his shoes.
So you just
Stop the
compared the
BS.
Bible to some shoes. I don't even understand what
Stop
this
the
debate
BS.
is. Like, we not debating nothing, bro. You have no knowledge.
Because the Bible
You
is a
ignorant, boss. You
metaphysical
have
book.
no
If you
knowledge, bro.
can't
Like, I
get
ain't gonna
past
further this
metaphysics,
debate. You have
if
no
you
debate.
can't get
Bro,
past
that was written by a
metaphysics,
white woman from Ohio in
if you can't get
1888, bro. You
past
want me to argue
metaphysics,
the Bible versus a
if
book
you
written by a
can't get
woman
past
that went to
metaphysics,
college down the street? Bro,
if
get the
you
fuck
can't
on,
get
bro.
past metaphysics, you will be lost in this world.
That is written by, bro. The people who
If
wrote that book
you
don't want you to be
can't
great, bro. They don't
understand
want you
in
to
your
understand what's
mind
going on,
that there's
bro.
a
I
metaphysical
promise you,
realm that
metaphysical,
is
bro.
existing exactly at the time that the physical is existing, you're going to be
You feel
lost
me?
in
Fuck is
this,
he talking about? I love my Margellas. Nigga, I'll stalk this nigga out
right?
these bitches, right? What is he talking about? Yeah, I love them European shoes, dog. I don't give a fuck about nothing they saying,
Right?
though. Why the
So
fuck
then,
would I wear
why
a
you
book
mad that we're
exposing
using a
European
European
shoes?
book then?
Why would I want to
So then
read his
why you
book
mad if we're
about
going to
how
use
he
a
kept us in
European book then?
captivity, bro? You sound crazy,
No,
bro.
no, no. It's about you want to wear European shoes, but then you want to diss the European book. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
bro, because what they
That's
talking
fraud.
about don't mean shit
No,
to
no,
me,
you
bro.
can't do that. You can't do that. No, you can't do
Nah, you're
that.
not supposed
Sorry.
to wear them with
Sorry.
socks,
Good
boy.
try.
Don't put no
Good
socks
try
on.
with that
Because the socks
BS.
going to
But you
bleed
can't
on
do
them
that
bitches.
BS
Your
right there.
insole's going to be all blackish.
You can't do
Unless
that
you got some
BS.
Gucci
What kind of
socks.
juice you drink? What kind of juice you drink?
Bro, what are you saying, dog? Can we just get into
What
the
kind of
book,
juice you
bro?
drink?
Can we just get into the
What
book,
kind of
bro?
juice you drink? You're Israel. You got
Can we
Israelite
just
drink
get
that you
into the
drink, or
book,
you drink
bro? Like,
regular water like everybody else from the European?
bro, can we just get into the book, bro? Like, all
You
right, you
got
about to use the white man's knowledge to try to argue my Bible. Bet. Let's go.
no, no, no. I'm
Come
not
on, bro.
using
Let's
the white
go,
man's
bro. Come
knowledge.
on.
Who taught the white man? Who taught the white man?
That's the white. It's a white man book. You about to
Who
use a
taught the
white
white
man
man?
book to argue the Bible, bro?
Who
Come
taught
on, bro.
who taught the white man? Who taught the white man?
I don't know,
Who
bro.
taught the
You
white
ain't
man?
teach the lady who wrote that book, though. I'll tell you that,
Who
bro. If
taught the
that's
white
the book
man?
that you base your beliefs and your principles and how you feel me, go about life, and if that's what you're trying to teach people that look like us,
Right? So the metaphysical meaning of Israelite, for anybody who wants to play like they don't want to know what metaphysics is and they don't want to deal with metaphysics and that's the white man stuff and whatever like that. All right, do your thing. Don't get mad when we tell you what's what. Don't get mad. And especially don't get mad at us because you're mad that a European put out the metaphysical dictionary and your ass didn't. Right? Metaphysical meaning of Israelites. The illuminated thoughts and consciousness which are undergoing spiritual discipline. They are the total. See how he lacks spiritual discipline? He's not no real Israelite. A real Israelite would be looking at this metaphysics like, what? What do you mean an Israelite is the illumined thoughts in consciousness? Digest that. Get out of this dumb stuff about the physical. Because that stuff is dead. People talk about white men and all that stuff, and stuff means black, and you know, orange means black and red means black. Those are the zombie people that they talk about in the movies trying to bite everybody. You don't want them around. People who lack comprehension. The people who lack thinking for themselves. Somebody put up a good one talking about George Orwell talked about fact police. Thought police. George Orwell talked about thought police and whatever has fact checkers. Right? And again, to stress that point too, don't tell me forget a European book if you have some European shoes on. If you're paying your rent to a European. If you're engaging this European in every other facet of your existence, but when it comes to knowledge and knowing something, oh, we're not going to use the European thing. We can't use that because they're the devil or whatever. But the devil is just giving you water out the faucet. You ain't complaining. The devil got you looking good in the wit and all that stuff. You know, Asiatic car company gave you something. But that's where it goes when these people lack spiritual discipline. But then they're going to call themselves Israelite. Right? They're not even undergoing the spiritual discipline. They're completely denying the spiritual discipline, which is Kabbalah, in order to be on the corner yelling at people through a megaphone when they should be studying the Kabbalah. But then they're going to tell you that Kabbalah is sorcery. When the real sorcery is the spell that they're under, that they're not Moors. And they're everything else, but they're not Moors. But they're everything else. Israelites. They are the total of our religious thoughts. This is how religiousized that the Hebrew Israelites are. That's why it can't be a people, because a people aren't this religious. Because again, you saw the Hebrew Israelite deny spirituality, deny metaphysics. Right? Right? They're always going to talk about Moorish, but then everybody knows they're Israelitish. Ish. Well, I thought more. You can't be more because of Ish. Well, look at that. Interesting. Israelitish. So that means you can't be Israelite because the Ish and I can't be Israelite. Right? That's basically what that's saying, right? Yeah, Israelitish? How come you didn't? Or you're gonna say the white man made that up? Or you're gonna say that the white man made that up, right? Because if it's in the metaphysical Bible dictionary, then it's in a Bible. Israelitish. Promised land and all that is nothing to do with what you're talking about. The Israelites represent the thoughts in us that belong to the Israel consciousness. They typify that in us, which is always endeavoring to follow the inner leading of the divine law. There's divine again. because this is about divine. This is not about mundane. See how the vibration switched when we got back on divine? That's why the Moor say, yeah, just let them talk. They kill themselves. And then we could just push the X and keep doing what we're supposed to do. Because you only get one chance playing games. Right? The Israelites represent the thoughts in us. That's not some guy's nation or whatever. They are our spiritual thoughts, the thoughts that pertain to the real and enduring ideas upon which man and the universe are founded. That's how man is connected to the universe, through thought, spiritual thought. But because this is European, we're not going to listen to this. Why not? This sounds way more interesting than any church guy, any Israelite guy, any fake grand sheik guy telling you this is religious only. The purpose of the spiritual thoughts in the body, children of Israel down in Egypt, is to raise it up gradually, to infuse into it a more enduring life and substance. When you affirm the spirituality of your body and yearn for its release from bondage, the material belief you are making demands on Pharaoh, and in fear that he will all at once lose his hold on life, he hardens his heart, and sometimes the Lord, the universal law of equilibrium, hardens it for him. Kabbalah is not sorcery. Kabbalah is your sciences, your Moorish sciences that were passed down from the gods of Egypt, who the high priests of them were Moors. M-A-U-R. When you affirm spirituality of your body and yearn for its release from bondage to material belief, you are making demands on Pharaoh, and in far that he will all at once lose his hold on life, he hardens his heart. And sometimes the Lord, the universal law of equilibrium, hardens it for him. Then there seems a failure to attain that which you have tried to demonstrate. But a step has been taken in the all-around evolution of the body, and you will find that you are gradually becoming stronger, both physically and spiritually. The Israelites in Egyptian slavery represents thoughts that once had the illumination of spirit, but that have gone down into and have become obscured by matter and material possessions. The army of the Israelites represents an aggregation of thoughts in the mind of every individual, thoughts that know truth and strive to follow it. The army of truth is made up of spiritual, invisible forces. The strong point of the Israelites was their faith in the one God. The disciples were instructed to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel and not to the Gentiles or the Samaritans, because the thoughts of the people that have a knowledge of spirit are the first to be redeemed and taught truth. Here is where man's greatest spiritual power is first developed. Afterwards, he will find a way to redeem the Gentiles, his sense thoughts. So you can't tell me that you're Israelite, but then You're not trying to redeem the Gentiles. You're not real. You are absolutely not real. Because if you want to know the meaning of words, you look it up in a dictionary. And if there's a metaphysical Bible dictionary, that nobody else was brilliant enough to put one out, because so many people want to keep you in the patriarch mindset, the dumbed down mindset, that they have you reading all these spiritual books, all these metaphysical books, all these high science books with no metaphysical dictionary, so you have no idea what you're reading. You're reading about Israelites and you're thinking about some group of people. That's not what Israelites are. That's a European mindset to think that some people of the Bible were actual people that were walking around. That's a kindergarten mindset. If that's your mindset, that these holy books that we have, that were given to us from the ancients, 60,000-year-old manuscripts and whatever else, and we're just looking at that as what's written on the paper. We're not looking at it as allegorical. We're not looking at it as divine lessons. Then stuff is pretty much lost already. Might as well just give it up right now, because you can't tell me about Bible and not have a metaphysical Bible dictionary. Just like you can't tell me about English and not have an unabridged dictionary. Because if it doesn't matter what we say, then why are we even talking? Right? And that's where they want you at, looking at this from a non-metaphysical perspective, when especially at this point, everything should be looked at from a metaphysical perspective. If you're just traveling and then you look over there and you see something that says more, that's a divine message being sent to you. You watching some show and then somebody goes on there with a fez on or something like that, that's something telling you something, because you saw it. Doesn't matter who didn't see it. You see it. If you saw it, then that's a sign to you. That's a sign from the divine. Just like stubbing your toe on that thing 5 times because you didn't move it is a sign from the divine. He's going to keep stubbing your toe until you break it or until you move the thing. And then when you break it, then you're going to learn, because our people love to learn from pain. They love to learn from pain. So don't let them get you caught up in reading anything, right? Go anywhere. Kingdom. Metaphysical meaning of kingdom. When in his teaching Jesus likened the kingdom of the heavens to various conditions in the earth, he was explaining in terms that our outer man could grasp the various laws and relations of the spiritual realm, or the kingdom of the heavens. The kingdom of heaven is the orderly adjustment of divine ideas in man's mind and body. Jesus definitely located the kingdom of heaven when he said, "The kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, Lo here or there, or Lo, the kingdom of God is within you." In order to find this kingdom, man must become conscious of divine mind and its realm of divine ideas, and be willing to adjust his thoughts to the divine standard. That's just in kingdom. Now, whatever you thought a kingdom was, is a fiction.
Kingdom is what we just read right there. No matter where we go, anywhere. Right? Pilate, armed with pillium, armed with javelin, spear, armed, wearing, metaphysical. The ruling principle of the sense plane, the carnal will. Pilate questioned the I am, Jesus. Art thou the king of the Jews? Applying this to the individual man, one would say to oneself, is there a ruling will over my religious nature? The personal will has no concept of the factors of that inner higher realm and believes that it is the ruler of the whole man. It is jealous of any attempt to usurp its power. But when it is assured that the kingdom that the higher self would rule is not of this world, it finds in that self no fault. Let me tell you this, what stuff mean. Anywhere. Right? But when they say what? They say the Moors of Spain. The Moors of Spain. Like I said, we go anywhere in this, you're going to get a lesson. These people telling you about, oh, because that's a European, you're not going to read this book. Yeah, right. Do you know how much your consciousness, your vibration is raising by having the right perspective? Right? Spain's in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. Right? Remember, that's modern. Metaphysical meaning of Spain. A state of thought relating to the animal phase of life in the individual consciousness, abounding with Connie's land of rabbits. Connies being small animals, a species of rabbit that make their homes in the clefts of rocks. This life consciousness, therefore, though seemingly animal and limited in its expression, is really founded in something that is very strong, even in Christ, a rock, and it has its impetus there. Hence, when the individual awakens to the truth about life, he will perceive it to be very precious. He will look on it as something rare, of great excellence and worth, and will seek diligently to preserve it. Spain, metaphysical meaning of Spain. What have these people been telling you for the past so much ever years you've been listening to them? Giving you reference points, but not telling you, oh yeah, also check it up in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, just to see. Just to see. Yeah, Levi. What about Levi? Right? Metaphysical meaning of Levi. The faculty of love in human consciousness. Love is the uniting, joining force of divine mind. When Leah, human soul, brought forth Levi, she said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me. We connect our forces with whatever we center our love on. If we love the things of sense, they become a part of us and we lose the ability to enter into the realm of spirit mind. This is why the Lord commanded Moses not to make any graven image of him. Graven images are made by metal pictures. The thought that God is a great king in a place called heaven makes just such a mental image in one's thought realms, and one grows to believe in and worship such an imagery, being instead of the true God who is spirit. You don't want that? Then you're done for. You're done for. Now just throw in the towel. Go get your vaccine right now. Just go get your vaccine. Because you're done for. Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. If you're claiming to be some religious whoever, then this is your best bet. Metaphysical meaning of Philadelphia. Brotherly love, loving as brethren, love of brothers, fraternal love. Metaphysical meaning of Philadelphia. The love center in consciousness or love expressing. The church in Philadelphia is the love faculty or the assembly of love thoughts and consciousness that make up the love faculty. He who has the key of David is the I am. This I am in its highest aspect is Christ. It has more or less of the personal element in those who are not fully lifted to the Christ consciousness. If the I am love thoughts or assembly are dominated by selfishness, they become the synagogue of Satan. And the synagogue of Satan is not some Jewish guys. Synagogue of Satan is the love thoughts dominated by selfishness. Not gonna nobody told you the synagogue of Satan was you being a selfish ass. Messing up stuff. You're always looking out for your selfish self. Not being the uplifter of humanity that we're supposed to be. Playing games. Game time is over, but only for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Because everybody else is going down with the ship. So say your goodbyes, because the boat has left the dock. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. So anybody who's Bibling, if you're playing Bible games, make sure you get your metaphysical Bible dictionary so you can understand the metaphysical meaning of the Bible words if you want to play Bible games. Right, just make sure you have one of these so you can know really the message that your Jesus came to give you. Instead of you assuming stuff or playing dumb as if it's not metaphysical. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Stay true to the cause. Uplift fallen humanity. Don't be a selfish ass. Look out for each other. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because he's the man, and he didn't even get close to his honors he's supposed to get. Everybody jumped in the way trying to take honors instead of just giving him his. So we give supreme honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all mothers. Peace and love, Moors. Islam.